Hey there, honey bunnies. Welcome to episode 84, I think, of your Sovereign Storytellers podcast with your host, Michelle Wolf. Today's episode is I am going to tell you the one way you can stop all the nonsense with imposter syndrome. And we'll get to that. The first thing I want to tell you is business related. Because I have a Making Money and Manifesting with Human Design class coming up June 6th, so you don't have much time to jump in. It's a Facebook event. I'll put the link in the podcast comments. It's $147, and let me tell you, I am on a mission to make sure that we're doing everything we can to clear whatever's in our way to overcome every fucking obstacle that we have about money. I've spent a lifetime dealing with this and a solid year and a half with my sole focus on creating money. Now, I've got a lot of heavy lifting to do. I'm clearing multiple generations on both sides of my family, growing up in abject poverty from day one, so it is taking me longer. And also, I make progress all the time. And right now, I'm doing pretty good. The people who work with me tend to make money, start making money, make progress in their business pretty quickly because they didn't come to this life with the sole goal of experiencing deep poverty to overcome it, to then show you the way, which is what I'm doing. Okay, I can get you started. You've got to do the work, but I can get you started with energy clearings, knowledge of human design, working directly center by center if you want a 6-month deep dive. But in the half-day workshop, we're going to go right into it and activate your imagination and show you in the moment how to clear your energy anytime you start to feel tension around money. Here's why that matters and why I'm so get your ass in the class. Because what we're seeing right now, this income disparity, these decades and not decades, millennia, forever, whenever there's been a time that there were people who had more money than other people and used that money as a tool of oppression, we can stop that. Okay, if we're going to wait for the government to fix income equality, we're going to be waiting until we're dead. We've got to do it ourselves, okay? And we need to do it ourselves because that's the only way we know. That's the only way we're really effective, because when you are drawing in and magnetizing money, what that tells me is you're pretty comfortable with power. If you're not magnetizing money, for women especially, I don't know about other minority groups because, frankly, I haven't asked them, but I would suspect it's true. You're not comfortable with power. You've been raised to think something outside of you has the power, and that is some premium level bullshit right there. Okay, so you're going to see more from me about owning our power, making the money, and using it as a tool the same way the air quote bad people use it as a tool. The good people can use it as a tool as well, and we're not doing it because the bad people have told us that wanting money is bad and greedy, and you're how could you be so selfish, and you're not powerful. I'm the powerful one, so let me control where the blah blah goes. No. Thank you very much. I think we'll do it ourselves from here on out. Okay? So scrape together $147 and get your butt in the class. The link will be in the podcast notes. Ooh. Soapbox with a capital S. Okay, and then the 6-month deep dive into this stuff, center by center of the 9 centers of your body, plus business planning. The last month is business implementation, get your website going, all the detail stuff to put everything you've learned into place. That program is the big one, and it's $5,000. And if you're not ready for that, get into the $147 half-day class Start there. And if you're not ready for that, get the animal avatar journey for $49. And if you're not ready for that, and I've been there, $49 would have meant not eating. I got you. Free stuff, right? The podcast is high value content that you can consume as you please, as much as you want. Get on my Facebook page. I'm constantly posting. I'm an overposter, fair warning. But my content is good and it will help you. Get on my Instagram account. Okay? All this stuff. You can find me facebook.com/MichelleWolf11. Instagram, same, MichelleWolf11. Website, thatmichellewolf.com/9 centers or /human design, whatever. I'm not hard to find, y'all, because I'm mouthy. I'm mouthy, and when I have the energy, I'm a projector, so I'm not a consistent producer. But when I have the energy, I produce a lot of content. Sometimes maybe more than people want. But hey. Okay, so how do we stop imposter syndrome? Because what's happening with our money, for a lot of people, is imposter syndrome. Well, I can't, so I could do this to myself right now, right? Well, I'm only making enough to just now be comfortable, be okay, like make slightly more than the minimum. So I can't teach about money because that I would be an imposter because I'm not wealthy. I could run that number on myself, but you know what? Fuck that. Do you know a little bit about a something? Then you know more than the person who doesn't know a damn thing about a something. All you need is your own personal experience. If it's not a regulated profession, you don't need a degree. You don't need a certificate. Now, you might want to get a degree because there is value in that. I didn't think having a master's degree would make me a better coach. I didn't think having a master's degree would make me a great therapist. It did. There is value in higher education and getting degrees and going through certified coaching programs. There is value in that, and that can be a future goal. You don't need it to get started. Now, part of my human design, and I am going to tell you the imposter thing, okay? I promise. It's in the title. I know I'm tangential, but we'll get there. Part of my human design, my work in the world, is found in the gate 53, which is on the root chakra. And it's the gate or center. It's the gate that gets things started, that has the energy to activate myself and to activate you into getting out of procrastination, kicking procrastination to the curb, punching resistance in the face, getting over your ass with the imposter syndrome bullshit, and getting started. That's a huge part of what I do. I get people started. I can't tell you how many people have come to me either as clients or friends at living a particular life and ended up making a huge gear shift and going back to school, leaving relationships to find healthy ones, changing their jobs, changing their circumstances, making money, improving their health, just because they were hanging out with me. And I'm a natural cheerleader. I use a lot of humor because humor helps us step through shame. And I have the energy in my field to trigger people to get started. Once you get started, you're going to quit. That's what we do. We get started and we quit. Then we start again and then we quit. And then we start again and then we quit. We do a whole lot of the 2 steps forward, 1 step back tango. That's okay. That's normal. Especially if you haven't done it. If you didn't grow up in a family that understood money, that ever had a successful business that they started themselves, that ever did what you're trying to do, you're going to go forward, back, massively committed, and then in the fuck it's. It's okay. It's okay. What matters is that you don't give up. And if you want to hear more about that, listen to episode 83 that I put out earlier this week. Your business is good enough, even if it's just an idea. Okay, but imposter syndrome stops a lot of people in their tracks. I don't have the certificate. I don't have the education. I haven't. I'm still fat. I'm still blah, 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 blah. Chatter, chatter, bark, bark, woof, woof. That's shit in your mind. That's the conditioning that's talked about in human design. That's what people go to therapy for and hire coaches and join mindset groups because we all got it. We've all got it. I've got it. I haven't been as forceful in my money message because it's like, well, damn, if somebody looks at my life, it's a financial clusterfuck. Because I was learning and I'm clearing lineage and I'm doing deep down DNA level stuff. That's not generally what my clients go through. Because I've already gotten past what they're doing. They just need a little tweak here and a little tweak there and a little adjustment here and some clear instructions to follow and a little kick in the pants. If I call you a ding dong, don't take it personal. It's just to loosen you up. You know I love y'all, honey bunnies, but I might call you a ding dong now and then. You want to stop imposter syndrome? Tell the truth. That's the one thing that you need to do. I have been very transparent with people the entire forever. But as a coach, I'm always transparent with people. Yeah, I'm struggling with it too. Yeah, I'm teaching a weight loss class and I'm still packing around some extra padding. I'm still at least once a week breaking my own plan. At least once a week. I've gained 10 pounds since the pandemic started. And I can still teach you how to lose weight. Not in a yucky, gross ass, we don't fuck with diets, okay? Not in that disgusting kind of, you're bad and now you must lose weight in order to be accepted by the world. Not that way. But I'm transparent. I mean, I have to be transparent with the extra weight, correct? You can, it's not like, well, I mean, I guess I could like Photoshop the shit out of all my pictures and pretend I don't have a badonkadonk butt, which I'm actually kind of proud of because let me tell you, men like it. Okay, so I could do that, but I don't because ew. So I can be an expert in something and still struggle with it myself because it's not the end result, it's the method, it's the journey. Everybody's journey is going to be different. Everybody's butt size is different, even if they're doing the same program. Everybody's coaching is different because we're doing the different stuff. But the instructions are the same. Okay, it's just like making just like a recipe. When you can give the same person the same recipe, and I know this from experience, because I make a killer white chicken chili, which I can't make anymore because I'm a vegan, and I haven't figured out yet how to replicate it. But I do make a drop a fucking bomb white chicken chili. And I have given that recipe, and it's not the white chicken chili that's on the back of the bean can. That's just the start, but I had a whole bunch of other stuff to it. Anyway, I've given that recipe to 1.5 million people. I've given that recipe to at least 100 people since the year 2000. No, 1998. Since 1998. At least 100 people have had that recipe. They all come up with something different. Unless you're a trained chef with the discipline to measure every ingredient and to do things precisely, The results you get from someone else's recipe are your own. And when you're doing macarons, the French cookie that so many people love that I don't. Thank God I don't, because they're like $5 a cookie. I don't like them. My daughter loves them though. And so I've watched a lot of videos about how to make macarons. And you can follow the recipe precisely, and the level of humidity in the air can fuck it all up. It's not the recipe. It's not the recipe, okay? It's you. So just because I don't yet have the results I want doesn't mean that I can't teach you a recipe that I know works. It will get you progress. What level of progress is your own journey? And even if the progress isn't what you want it to be, it's still progress, and it's room to keep exploring and keep looking and keep wondering and keep questioning and get more and more curious about, I wonder why my white chicken chili didn't turn out right. And also, I've used my same recipe and had it turn out different. My own recipe. Because the cheese I bought, I picked up a different brand one time. And then another time, I picked up a block of cheese that, although the best by date was still current, it clearly was not good cheese. So it ruined an entire pot, which frankly still makes me want to cry. Okay, imposter syndrome is murdered, is decimated by truth. I was in a group, I kid you not, which kind of got me kicked off on a rant. In a ranty kind, well, there's so many things to rant about right now, right? I should make a list. Although I don't need a list because it's easy for me to find stuff to be ranty about. Anyway, so I'm building websites now. That's an off menu service I have. WordPress, whatever. You need a website built, get a hold of me, info@thatmichellewolf.com, and we can talk. Prices are low right now because I haven't built a portfolio, but I can get you started, hello Gate 53, by helping you get your website up and running. So anyway, I'm in this website Facebook group, coding and WordPress and blah, blah. And somebody has a client, they're new, they have a client, they don't know how to do this particular thing. So they're in the Facebook group getting help. Perfect, right? What a perfect resource. We all do that. Hey, I have a client who blah, blah. What should I do? You should be doing this as a coach. What should I do? Have you seen this? I'm stuck. She's stuck. He's stuck. What the fuck? Okay? You should be asking for help if you get stuck or your client is stuck. So this person's in there asking for help. Perfect. Hey, this client wants this. I can't figure it out. I've done this. I've done that. I'm stuck. That's great. But then later on in the comments, he said, I don't want my client to know I don't know how to do this. Because they were like, you need to go back and ask this, that, and the other thing. And he was like, I'm afraid to do that because I don't want them to know I don't know how to do this task. That is fuel for imposter syndrome. Trying to be out there and pretend that you've already mastered something that you're teaching. If you're teaching it, you haven't mastered it. I hope you never do. I hope you never think you do, because then that makes you an arrogant whatever, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we never stop learning. If you're a coach or a teacher or a healer, you never stop learning. When you stop learning, within a year, you're useless, because life is dynamic. Knowledge is dynamic. It's always growing, changing. We always learn more. With what I know today, there have been times that I wish I could go back and find a client from 10 years ago where we got stuck and couldn't figure it out because I didn't have the knowledge that I have now. All right, we do the best we can with what we have in every moment. And Maya Angelou, when we know better, we do better. Tell your clients the truth. Believe me, you do not want to work with people who have you on a pedestal. I can also tell you this from personal experience, having a 5 in my human design profile line. I know when people have me on a pedestal, and it still hurts when I see the moment that they're like, oh, she's not what I thought she was. Oh, she's not going to be this thing I thought she was. It sucks. I hate that. And also, I can't let that hold me back, and I can't let it hurt me. It used to hurt me a lot. I would see it, I would feel it the minute I fell off their pedestal. You don't want to work with people who think you're an expert at something that you're not quite an expert at yet. And this myth that you have to be an expert before you start a business is bullshit. It is a big steaming pile of the freshy stuff. That is a lie. That is a lie that people say to keep newbies from coming into the field because they're scared they're going to lose their clients because they're insecure. People ask me a lot in sessions, well, do you still struggle with this? Well, fuck yes, I do. I'm a HUMAN. And so are you. We're always going to be struggling. Now, there are things that I have mastered. There are things I don't struggle with anymore. Being out there and transparent, I don't struggle with that. But if you knew me when I was a younger person, even in my 30s and 40s, I didn't say anything. I did not speak. If something was going wrong, I didn't confront. I would do everything I could to not have a confrontation. Now I know why, because I have an open emotional solar plexus and a projector. Every one of my centers is open except for the top 3, the head, the ajna, and the throat. That's it. I've got like 2 channels. Maybe 1. I think I only have 1 channel. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But now I know. And I had to teach myself. I had to learn. I had to take communication classes. I had to get over fear. I had to get over the emotional trauma of when I fucked up and everybody knew it. I had to get over myself when I launched a course that I thought was the greatest thing since biscuits and gravy, and nobody else thought it was great at all. Asked my mother. Oh, I would cry. It used to hurt my feelings so bad. But I made the thing. They don't want the thing. I went through a spell where only people wanted free stuff. That was me. When I changed that, I don't have people like that anymore. I set boundaries with people like that. So yeah, there are things I still struggle with. And there are things that I have mastered that don't bother me anymore. And that is true of you as well. If you're in my field, if you're in my space, there's something you're struggling with that I have mastered a little bit more than you. I may not have mastered it to the ultimate potential of black belt mastery, but I've mastered it more than you, which means I have something you're here to get. You might get that by spending $5,000 on From Wounded to Wise. You might get it from spending $49 on the Animal Avatar Journey. You might get it from $175 in-depth, comprehensive Human Design Foundation session. You might get it for free. You might get it by consuming some of my valuable content that's available to everyone 24/7. That might be how you get it, but that's why you're here. Now spin that around. The people around you that you see struggling, you've mastered what they're struggling with more than they have, and that is enough. That's all you need. You might get started, and yes, you might want to go through a coaching program. You might want to go get your bachelor's degree and then a master's degree and then a doctorate and who knows what else. You might want to do that, but you don't have to. You don't have to worry about imposter I'm pretty fired up. I have to tell you, I'm pretty fired up. I've been fired up for days because of all the things. You don't have to worry about imposter syndrome. Just tell people the truth. Hey, you know what? I've lost 50 pounds and kept it off, and I got another 50 to go. Come and let me teach you how I lost that first 50, and maybe we'll lose the next 50 together. Won't that be fun? I'm just a little further ahead of you, sister. I can show you the way. I'm just slightly in front of you, brother. I can show you the way. And I'm building a business, and I can help you. Am I a master? No. Am I perfect? Fuck no. But I know a little more than you do. And if you exchange with me, we both benefit. I keep the lights on, you get some knowledge, you make some progress. Do you see? Do you see how that works? It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Imposter syndrome is not a thing. Imposter syndrome was created by the devil to keep you from spreading light in the world. Think of it that way if you need to. Imposter syndrome is a construct, a golem, a made-up mirage. Imposter syndrome is not a thing. It is imaginary. It's garbage. Imposters are the people who go to work as doctors and lie about having a medical degree. Imposters are coaches out there and people, and by the way, people in high levels of our government right now who said they had degrees. Well, turns out they don't. Oh, I've got a PhD in this field that the president, air quote, loose term, president appointed me to. And then people go digging, of course, and they're like, that fool barely graduated high school. He ain't got no degree. That's an imposter. Is that you? Are you out there saying, I'm a financial wizard, and I have mastered the stock market, and I have 15 savings accounts in 10 different places, and I'm a multimillionaire, and I can teach you to have money. Is that you? Are you doing that? I don't think so. If you are, why are you here? You're making money. Why are you listening to this? Okay, that's not you. Are you out there saying, I've mastered relationships. All my relationships are perfect. My children love me. My spouse worships me. Everyone thinks I'm wonderful. Come, children, and let me bestow upon you my relationship wisdom. Are you doing that? No. Come on now. You're not doing that because you're not crazy. That's not you. That's not you. You don't have imposter syndrome. You have bought into the idea. You have allowed your personal history, your negative thinking patterns, your insecurity to say, I'm scared of starting a new thing, and imposter syndrome sounds like a good excuse. I'll take imposter syndrome for $500, please. And I'm going to stick it in my pocket, and I'm going to use it as my reason to never tell people what I do, never charge the amount of money I'm worth, never slap a label on myself that I don't think I deserve. Fuck that noise. I'm over it. We don't have time for you to keep holding back. In case you haven't noticed, the world needs your light. In case you haven't watched the news or crossed Twitterverse, gone walking in the Twitterverse lately, or stuck your nose on Facebook for 10 seconds. In case you haven't noticed, The world is crying out for what you have. Now knock it off. You don't have imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is not a thing. Good thing you're not here because I keep slapping the bed. Sitting in the bed making a podcast. Okay? It's not a thing. Stop letting it be a thing. Because it isn't one. It's an illusion. Do you realize that? You're letting an illusion. You're letting a fake thing. A thing that's not real. Come on. Look how ridiculous this is. I'm going to call y'all all ding-dongs now. Come on now, ding-dongs. It's not a thing. And you zap the feeling of it being a thing. You destroy the illusion. You wave your magic wand. And you say whatever the Harry Potter spell would be. How about the fuck that noise spell? Wave your magic wand and bust that up by telling your clients the truth. Yeah, I'm not an expert. There's this myth out there that people only will buy from experts. It ain't true. Because people do buy from me. And I'm not an expert in money. But I have people who make money when they work with me. I'm not an expert in building a business. But I have people who build their business when they work with me. I'm not an expert at losing weight. But people lose weight. I had one client lose 120 pounds. She wasn't even working on her weight. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Thank you, Bill Murray. Okay? It's not a thing. Your number one tip. How to kill imposter syndrome with one technique. Tell the truth. That's it. Thank you very much. Goodbye. There is your valuable, consumable content for today. I'll tell you who told me to stop calling it free because she's wonderful. And she's got some stuff going on, right? She is going to create a class for this because I was like, man, you got to start teaching this. Me talking to her, she's now going to start a class. That's the Gate 53. And that's my life. That's my work. That's in my work field section. Get people started just by having conversations. So she's going to offer a class because we had a conversation, and you will be the benefit of it because I'll tell you when she does it. Anyway, she said, stop calling your content free. Deb Salzer. I always mess this up. Deb Salzer. I can see her face in my head. Or Slazer. Honest to God, I can't remember right now. She's lovely. I'll bring it up to you when she's ready. She said, stop calling your content free. It is valuable. It creates change for people. It's beneficial. It's powerful. It's potent. I was like, you're right. It's valuable content that you gift people with. That's different energy than free. Right? Right? I was like, damn, you're good. So, consume that valuable content and use it to create change. Or come work with me and create more change. So that you can then go out and create change. And I can smack you around, call you a ding-dong, tell you to knock it off, and help you get your business going. Or whatever it is you're trying to do. Okay? It's not that you can't figure out how to post on Facebook. It's that you are believing some LIES, capital L, lies, yeah. Okay, you're believing those lies and they're holding you back. That's all it is. The technique stuff I can teach you easily. You want to know how to structure your posts and when to do them. We can use your human design. That is so unbelievably easy. Once you get past this mind chatter stuff, you won't even believe it. You'll be like, oh hell, that's all it is. And I'll be like, yeah, baby, that's all it is. Okay. Kill imposter syndrome by telling your clients the truth, telling them what you're an expert in, what you're still learning about, and that you have some stuff to offer them that can help. Do you know how many people have asked me to see my resume? 0. Even when I was working as a therapist, 0. Nobody has ever asked me to see my credentials. I have them, and a lot of them, but they're not necessary to get started. Again, you might want them later, but you can get started today. Today. You can start today. Somebody, let's write a jingle. You can start to... I'm not good with music like that. But you can start today, all right? Tell your clients, here's what I'm an expert in. Here's what I'm still learning. Here's what I might have that can help you. For the people who are like, I only want an expert. I only want to work with someone who has a gorgeous website and beautiful professional photographs and gorgeous polished videos. First of all, those people are not likely to cross your path because they'll see that you don't have all that and they'll keep going because they're chasing an illusion. They're thinking that the expert with the pretty stuff has something they don't have, and that's garbage. People want to work with real people want to work with real people. The people who are changing the illusion of the expert's gonna save me, you don't want to work with those schmucks. They're chumps, man. Let them go on by. You don't want to work with that. You want to work with real people who are earnestly trying to live this life that they know they're meant to live. And then to do good in the world with that. That's who you want to work with. You don't want to work with someone who's coming in because they think you're an expert, which means they're going to hand over all the responsibility for change to you. You don't want that. Come on now. You don't want that. So every time you think, well, I don't have a blah, blah, you just say, you know what? That's not even, just laugh. Psh, that ain't even true. Whatever, brain. Whatever, border collie brain. Go bark at something else. Go chase a rabbit. Go find a squirrel. Imposter syndrome's not even true. Psh, get on out of here with that. Whatever. Okay? It's that simple. Kill imposter syndrome by telling the truth. There you go. Think less, talk more. Come and find me if you're ready to work.